from the bottom. Ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from
Charlotte taking on Georgia. Georgia State, this line opened up in favor of Georgia State -2. Right now that line's at -4. The total opened up at -61.5. That total now is sitting at 63. Charlotte, they are 2-0, 2-0 against the spread, while the Georgia State Panthers are 0-2 and 0-2 against the spread as well. Injury reports for Charlotte. Robinson, the DB, he is out, as well as Howard, the questionable. Excuse me, they're both questionable for this game. Charlotte, they're 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games. They're 3-17 straight up in the last 20 games on the road. 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games when playing against a Sun Belt Conference opponent. Georgia State, they're 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games. Their total has gone over 5 out of the last 7. They are 0-5 in the last 5 games when played in the month of December, and 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing as a favorite. Georgia State taking on Charlotte. Flat Top, let you start off with this one. Do you have a play?
I am going to take the upset in Charlotte here. Georgia State has looked terrible. I think they played Army first game.
They played Army.
Whooped. And I took Georgia State in that one. And as soon as the game started and I kind of watched them take the field, I instantly regretted that. I took a money line. But I think this Charlotte team, they beat Duke. Me and Marley, we talked a little bit about that at the beginning, little brother. Chris Reynolds is a senior. I think he wants to go in there, show out. I just don't think Georgia State's that good. I don't know why they're favored by 4. I think Charlotte's going to go in there. I have no problem taking them money line. Just the way they've been playing up, and against the competition. And Georgia State, to me, just hasn't looked very impressive. So Charlotte money line, final play. That's it for Flat Top.
Marley, you got a play for this one?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'll make it quick and sweet. I'm not going to go into too much. I like Charlotte here on the money line. I don't know what Georgia State is going to be a 4-point favorite against anybody. I like Reynolds. I like the senior. I think he's trying to go out on top in the senior year. I like the Charlotte team to go in there and take care of Georgia State. But I like the money line as well.
All right, I do have a no play for that one. So let's get on to the next game. We got Tulane, and this on me, man. I didn't tell you these games, but we got Tulane taking on Mississippi. Ole Miss. The line opened up in favor of Ole Miss -15. That line now is -14.5. To the totals at 77.5. Right now it's at 76. Excuse me. Tulane 1-1 on the year. Brought that OU down to the wire, but OU went up big. They was up at half by more than 21 because I took them -21.5 for the first game, but then they allowed them to come back, got complacent. But Tulane are 2-0 against the spread, while Ole Miss a hot 2-0, 1-0-1 against the spread on the year. Lane Kiffin should be back from COVID right now. Let's get to these injury reports right now. Tulane have no injuries listed, while Brown, he is out indefinitely right now for Ole Miss. Actual facts is Tulane, they're 8-2 against the spread in the last 10 games this season. They're 0-5 straight up in the last 5 games against Ole Miss, 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games on the road. And the unders hit 7 out of the last 7 when playing against an SEC opponent. Excuse me, but they're 8-0 in the last 8 games played on the Saturday against the spread. Ole Miss 6-1 straight up in the last 7 games this season, 5-15 against the spread in the last 20 games this season, but 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games when played on a Saturday and as a home favorite. Ole Miss taking on Tulane. Let's let you start off with this one, Marley. If you have anything, I know this is one of your squads.
Yeah, I like Ole Miss. I didn't have anything because I didn't know we were doing this game. So, Yeah, you gotta let me know, Coach.
Yeah, no, you good. You good. You can wing it, man. You seen Ole Miss play them. Yeah, that's
I
actually
have
your squad.
seen Ole Miss play. I do love this offense in Lane Kiffin. I haven't seen Tulane play. That's the only thing.
I've seen them play. They're pretty scrappy. They're a scrappy little bunch.
If anything, I'm definitely leaning toward Ole Miss. If they look anything the way they looked against Louisville, this Ole Miss team is for real. I love their offense. Like I said, my only issue is I didn't see Tulane play, but this offense is on a level with Oklahoma's offense. They don't have the what's the old boy name for Oklahoma?
Spencer.
Rattler.
They don't got Rattler. You know,
Coral's been playing pretty good.
But Coral is in and he's in
Coral's been playing pretty good for them.
Right. So, I mean, if anything, I'm definitely leaning toward -14. They probably should cover this 14 easily, honestly. But you know what I do like? Actually, I do like first half. It's probably going to be 7.
-7 and 7.5.
Yeah, that's probably a great play because I think they'll jump on their ass early. You can make that official for me.
Yeah, that's same here.
First half.
Lack of research, I would take Ole Miss spread first half. I think, at home, Coral's been playing pretty good. Both these teams have left a lot to be desired, on the defensive end. I think just kind of like with what Oklahoma did, it's going to be high scoring first half and then maybe Tulane scraps its way back in. I don't want to get, beat in the back door, but I think first half, right, Ole Miss is going to put up what they need to. So first half, Ole Miss spread. Final play.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'm all over this one. I like Ole Miss's offense. Lane Kiffin is back. They're doing a lot of dynamic stuff. This is an opportunity for Ole Miss to get some more work in with their old ball coach back. Due to the weather and due to, I forgot what hurricane it was, but Tulane hasn't been home. So they haven't really been home. They haven't been able to practice at home. So they've actually been on the road. I like Ole Miss to cover this easily. I do agree with you guys on the first half spread, but I'm just going to take a full game, let them blow them out the water, go up by 30. One thing about Lane Kiffin is he don't let off the gas. Yeah. And again, this is an SEC team. This will be the second home game, but this will be the first primetime night game for Ole Miss. That crowd's going to be rocking. Give me Ole Miss. Official play -14. Let's get on to our next play. We got Fresno State. This is Pac-12 at the dark. Fresno State traveling to UCLA to take on the Bruins. This line opened up in -11, and right now that line is still at -11. As far as the total goes, let me give me 1 second. It refreshed on me, which is a good thing because it lets us know if the lines have moved. While I'm on this website, the line is opened up. Yep, a big move. The total opened up at 67.5, and right now it's at 62.5. Give me 1 second. Trying to pull up my actual factuals and stuff real quick. Kind of dozed off of this game. Fresno State 2-1, 3-0. One of the teams that played in week 0, 3-0 against the spread, while the Bruins are 2-0, 2-0 against the spread as well. Injury reports for the teams right now. Fresno State has no injuries reported, while Marzaro, the O-lineman for UCLA, is questionable, and wide receiver Hurt is out indefinitely, which he's been out for the whole year with legal issues. Fresno State 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 games, 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games when playing against UCLA, 2-6 straight up in the last 8 games on the road, and 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games when playing against a Pac-12 opponent. UCLA 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 games, 4-2 straight up in the last 6 games, 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games when played at home, and they are 6-2 straight up in the last 8 games when playing against a Mountain West Conference opponent. UCLA taking on Fresno State. Flat top, what you got for this one?
For this one, 11.5 is a big spread. It's too big for me. I like UCLA. I love what they did against LSU, but Fresno State was within 7 points of Oregon, who just put it on Ohio State. Fresno State, for the most part, contained.
It's a good team.
They contained, Dye and some of those electric backs of Oregon. And I don't know if UCLA has that same kind of, like Fresno State's seen it. I think they're better than the spread. UCLA could be better than them at home, but I don't think they're 11 points better than Fresno State. Hayner, who's been the quarterback for them, transfer from Washington, he's been playing pretty good. I don't think he has any interceptions. Over 1,000
and
yards.
He is, and they are talking about him being a NFL drafted quarterback.
Yeah, so he could be a lot like Carr, whoever came out. So I think Fresno State, they have enough to be close enough in this game. I'm not saying that UCLA won't win, but I mean it's California. I think Fresno State's looking at this game against a ranked UCLA team as kind of like, how good are we? Are we as good as we showed we were against an Oregon team that just went out and beat an Ohio State team? Where it'll be a good indicator. And I think Fresno State is better than this line. So Fresno State plus the points, final play.
Marley, what you got for this one?
Man, I've been going back and forth on this game because I agree with everything Flat Top said. This Fresno State team just gave Oregon all they can handle, and we just saw Oregon going on the road and smack Ohio State in the mouth. Although I wasn't that high on Ohio State after the Minnesota win, but I didn't think Oregon would go in and win outright. I thought the 14.5 was way too many points. I said that on our last video last week. This Fresno State team is really good, but I was really impressed with UCLA. Even though it was at home against LSU, they beat them by 11. But Fresno State, man, like you said, it's California against California. Something about big brother, little brother. And I think even though they lost to Oregon, I think when they saw Oregon go in there and smack Ohio State, if we're Fresno State, you can't tell me that's not motivation to think, hey, we finna walk in UCLA, like we can win. And if this game is close early, it's gonna give them. I think the momentum will build for them the longer they keep it close. If UCLA doesn't come out and like stomp them off the top, then I think they've been in trouble. I like the over in this game. Because I think Oregon's defense, they put up 24 on Oregon's defense. I think Oregon's defense is a little bit better than UCLA's defense. But I think UCLA's offense is a little bit better than Oregon's offense. Because Chip Kelly goes score. If anything, he'll run it up. So I like over 60. The Oregon game went to 55. I think I'll get a touchdown more from UCLA.
Right.
I think they win, but I don't know if they cover, man. I lean Fresno State with the 11, but officially put me on the over 60.5.
Yeah, Pac-12 at the dark. This particular Pac-12 at the dark has janky written all over the spread. If you're a UCLA backer, I'm going to stay away from this game. So.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from